everyone, it's Coreyberry, and it's May. That means it's time for none other than Mermay. Mermay has to be one of my favorite art challenges where you draw mermaids for a whole month. Now, how cool is that? This Mermay, I wanted to draw every single day, but was I able to do it so far? Let's see with the video. Spoiler alert, day 4 is my absolute favorite, so you better stay and see that part because I'm just so proud of it. For this mermaid, I am using the set of prompts made by Two Oceans Mermaid Tales on Instagram. So big thank you to them for creating and sharing these prompts. Now let's get into it. Day 1, iridescent. For iridescent, I really wanted to make sure that it glows bright. I didn't draw a line art for this one because I thought it would make me faster, although I'm still unsure about the efficiency of that plan. I drew a moon in the background to add even more contrast and more focus onto her face. And I even started with the background, which is something I never do, but I was actually okay with it. I wasn't like too happy with it, but it worked out. I did eventually hide basically 90% of it, but at least I know I can do it, right? And this is how it came out. Day 2, reflection. For reflection, I had this idea of a girl looking at her reflection in the water, only to find a mermaid looking back at her. I didn't use line art for this one too, but I think that was not a very wise decision. For some reason, I feel like there is a lack of clarity in this painting, and I feel like the line art could have fixed that. But alas, I believe I had a good idea, but just very bad execution. But I still think it looks cute in the very least. Day 3, treasure. For this one, I was most definitely inspired by that Moana crowd that sang Shiny. I wanted to make a hoarder mermaid who loves bedazzling herself. It makes me realize how Ariel was a hoarder too, which is crazy. I've never really thought about that before. For this one, I learned from my mistakes and I used the line art. I found that if I don't plan on spending too much time rendering, line art is actually a faster route for me. But I do have some art friends who would happily disagree, so it definitely depends on the person. And this is the finished result. I think it looks adorable. Day 4, flow. Now this was my favorite mermaid day. I followed Lucas Paintador's tutorial on drawing water VFX, and holy, it was so helpful. I loved it, and I really enjoyed working on this painting because of it. And I think it shows. I did struggle with choosing the colors for the mermaid herself, so big thank you to Dairy Panda for helping me out with that. But yeah, I am beyond happy with this one. Definitely one of my favorite pieces, even though it didn't take that much time. Which is very interesting. It makes me question my rendering technique. And this is how it came out. I really hope you guys like it as much as I do. Day 5, royal. From this point, I started getting a pretty bad flare-up in my health, and it was really hard to keep drawing. And I think you can easily tell through the artwork. The idea, composition, and rendering was not as good, but I was just trying to show up anyways. I drew one of my mermaid OCs as a princess who hates her throne, but matter of fact, she's not a princess. But at the time, for some reason, I remembered her as a princess. So, oh well, I mean, it works. And this is how it came out. Day 6, curiosity. For this day, I drew my OCs again. I forgot the guy's name, which is hilarious, seeing how I wanted to make a comic for them, but it's been a while and I don't have a very good memory. But Ava, the girl, is showing off her tail in their hideout cave and he's being curious. So this also works out. This is how it came out at the end. I don't hate this one actually, and even though I absolutely hate backgrounds, I think I didn't do too bad on this one either, so a win is a win. Day 8, silence. You probably noticed that there was no day 7. At this point, it was hard for me to keep going with the challenge, and my health flare-up was affecting my mental health too. But I also needed to study for my finals, and I just decided to take a break. I did come back for day 8 though. This has to be the fastest drawing yet. I think it took around like 48 minutes to make, but it was soothing in a way, even though I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. Now, I do gotta say disclaimer, with all the artworks in this video, they were very rushed because I do have finals right now and a lot of health issues, so the art quality won't be representative of my skill level, but it will definitely show my weak points. And this was my first week of Mermay. I'm already quite a few days past day 8 with no new art, but I am slowly recharging to get back to it. Very excited to make more art, and I'm also working on redesigning all my OCs before art fight. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!